Other races will say, we have black fatigue. Guess what? I'm black and I have black fatigue.
About the beach thing, I felt as though it was a little too much. It's okay to have black people at the beach. They don't have to stay home and play 2K all day. They can go outside and enjoy activities. It's not always about black people stealing, lying, cheating, and fuck, I hate them. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, here's the deal. I'm gonna try not to say the word this entire fucking video.
When does the cycle end? And to my black folks, I'm talking to y'all. Y'all be the same ones sitting up here trying to figure out why the world is racist and why people don't like us. But you set the exact reason. You are the reason. The way go look at yourselves in the video. How ratchet and how disrespectful and outlandishly ridiculous y'all look and what y'all are doing. And I'm not telling you not to have fun, bro, but like there's a fine line between having fun and just flat out doing too much.
So no, I don't blame people when they say, no, we don't want your kind over here. Making life miserable for other fellow Americans. I don't care how you were brought up. If you were raised in the hood, if you were raised in some, I don't care.
You wanna know something funny? Since 2000, I'm gonna say 20, last year, when like black fatigue was like picking up and everything like that, I had like a whole video of me just like going off on like this particular topic. The biggest adversary, because I made a video about it. Check out my last video, shameless plugs. The biggest adversaries to all of this right here, to this discussion of black fatigue, is you. It's ones that look like this with skin color like mom. You want to know why that's the case?
Editor Jalen here, just real fast. Survivorship bias. That's another thing that comes into mind when people talk like this, is that just because you made it out the hood or just because you are somebody that have gotten lucky to be able to get out of an environment which was already a horrible environment that your people had to go through or had to endure. I'm not saying that you can't inspire people and you can't talk about your upbringing and how bad it was. No one is saying that. No one is saying that you shouldn't be allowed to share those type of opinions and those think pieces. The problem is that you ultimately give a pass to a system that put you in that situation to begin with. Without you knowing, you're placing blame on the effects, but not the cause and the root of the issue. That type of mindset is damning in a lot of ways. You know, you were able to get it out. Now that means that everyone that's in that environment has that same opportunity when it's not a given. The system is not set up for everyone to win. Oh, you know, I was able to make it out of the environment, so why can't you? It sounds good in the moment, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's bad.
And yes, am I defending, because I'm doing this, I'm defending a group of people that needs, you know, to try to cover their back? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm aware, just like anyone else is aware, what happens and what's going on inside our community and our spaces that we gotta fix. I have realized is that the people that talk the loudest and that comes from this place of, oh, like, we gotta do better as a community, X, Y, Z. You have not been in those spaces. It's either you have never been in those spaces because you always had money or your people always had resources, or you're so far removed from it that you forgot exactly what was keeping you in those spaces to begin with. And this is what I'm getting at. I don't care about how other people perceive me in this world. You're going to have people that's not going to care if you do everything in the book to please them.
Just ask those in the early 1900s and mid 1900s how that went.
And say, oh, you know, black people, we just can't seem to get it right. You want to know something crazy? It's that you brush everything that they do underneath the rug, but you quit to highlight and specify that you're not like the rest of them. That, oh, it's okay for other races to feel the way that they feel. Well, I could say the same thing about them if we're going to go there, but I'm not going to do that because I don't put people in that type of light. But I see that I have people that look like me that would do the same to their own people just so they can be presentable towards another group of people. You see how weird that sounds? You see how weird that is? Don't mind me. I just came from mowing the lawn. Let me say that right. But you see how weird that is? Where the only times we hear from you guys is when black fatigue is a thing. And you have adversaries like that one guy that's gay, black, and I think he's like Republican, not trying to cover people that, you know, that are like that swing that way. At the end of the day, as long as you are an adversary of mine, I treat you the same. That's how I look at the world. Number two is other platforms and other type of people that's inside that sector that will sit here and will bash everything that we do. But you won't even take a look at the Epstein files. You won't look at the Epstein files. You won't look at what's going on like in their spaces. And it's planned. It's all coordinated. We have sectors of the internet that's not even American publications talking about black fatigue. Excuse me? And shout out to Antonio Speaks, because it was baffling when I saw the Australian news want to pick up on the American news about black fatigue. Like, come on, bro. Like, if that isn't what that is, come on. But like, they won't talk about Epstein. Mind you, they won't talk about Epstein. They won't talk about what's going on in Iran and Trump. The biggest headlining news is how we're an issue. If you go and you look up like I expose racists, mind you, again, these are people that I have seen. They be doing some of the most degenerate stuff on planet
Plainfield. They received a call yesterday afternoon from a woman. It was Patrick King, called her to let her know that he had killed his girlfriend, his 4-year-old daughter, who police have identified as Ava King.
Earth, and y'all do not say nothing about it. I'm talking about their own people and people that look like myself. You make them individuals, but you tie everything to a group when it comes to us. And then say that you're not a monolith like us, but you're antagonizing the whole group. Make that make sense. We call them cases, right? We call them everything in the book. They're LGBT. They're this, they're that. When they do something inhumane, but we don't get that same opportunity. And mind you, I don't really care to be able to be seen in a light by you, because you're going to have your preconceived notions of me anyway. This whole thing of like trying to be the perfect minority, you can send that to the Asians, you can send that to the Hispanics, you can send that to the Africans, you can send that to everyone else. I don't want it. And I know a lot of black people don't want that. But this is what's really happening. If we're being 100%, if we're keeping it a whole buck, this is what's really happening. What's happening is that black people are really fed up. That's what's really happening. Black people are fed up. We're fed up with our politicians. We're fed up
Everyone
with our
else
pastors.
get $200.
That's supposed to be about the community. We're tired of people like these people that come online that be bashing the community. We're tired of all of you. That's what's happening. Delineation is happening because people are fed up with everyone. We're tired. We're tired of having a negative connotation placed on us that's unfairly just. And you guys perpetuate it, and it gets to this point. We're tired. It's not them. We're tired. This is why people like Jack Harlow and them can't get put on.
I got blacker.
We're tired. We don't care anymore. We don't care. We're fed up. We're tired of you guys. We're tired of every single body that isn't with us, that ain't aligned with us. Get on. That's how I'm looking at it from now on. If you're not an ally, if you don't treat us the same way, if you're not like Dom, if you're not like these guys that's out here, your rage and all the rest of them that's really out here, that's actually pushing solidarity, get on. That goes for the men in our group. That goes for the women in our group. Because I know there's a lot of women that's beautiful, that take care of their hair, that do what they're supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? And they still rock with us. And then outsiders just as well, people that come from different ethnicities and backgrounds that's able to understand the stuff that we went through. I want them on my side. And that goes for white, that goes for Hispanic. If you move like that, I want you on my side. If you don't move like that, kick rocks and move on. It's tiring. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. You're getting people to look at you funny. I want you to be able to express yourself on how racist you really are. I'm talking about these people that's online. But what I really want is for you to do it in public. You ain't gotta hide. If you feel that way about us, if you feel like you gotta do this right here, bro, do it in person, please. And I'm not saying this as I'm speaking for the community. I just know that for a fact, I'm not the only one that's seeing this. So, my whole thing is this right here, and coming to this conclusion, is that, okay, if you want to be away, if you want to segregate, please do. The door is right over there. We've been trying to get you out the door to begin with. We've been trying to get y'all out the door so we can clean house. So all these puppets, all these billionaires, all these people that have so much to say about the black community, kick rocks and go outside and we'll get right. Then from that point on, the people that want to be involved, you're involved, you're cool, come in. But you gotta come in with the respect. That's what we're asking for. It's respect. Because we have done so much. A lot of us have. Now, am I saying that, this generation is doing a lot better than our predecessors when it comes to a lot of things because we're starting to pay attention, we're starting to be knowledgeable, and we're looking at history. What I'm saying is this right here. If you're not on our side, kick rocks, go. Move on. Arrivederci. But it's just sad how you have your own that would do it. But again, it's not sad because, again, this is how a lot of them got put on. But what I will say is that if you are an ally, we're cool. At the end of the day, I don't care what race you are. If you can see the differences of opinions on how we feel and be able to have those conversations legitly, we're cool. On the other side of that, I don't want to talk to you. I don't even want to talk to you about our statistics. It has nothing to do with you because most of you are not even in those spaces. Shut up. Stop using our terms. Start using our terminologies. Get going.